Going live.
Oh,
Piss on it. We have 0 likes and 0 viewers watching.
that happens when you go live without telling anybody.
What do you mean? I hate these Windows pop-ups that notifications. I hate that shit. All right, so for those that are watching this after the recording, MTG Gaming Bob, or you can just call me Gaming Bob. And tonight we're going to be doing some live content for you.
Welcome, everybody.
Might want to introduce yourself.
I'm Matt.
So we're going to keep this somewhat...
You know who I am.
I know, you're so famous, dude. So we're going to deviate from our standard norm. We were going to do a recording tonight and do pre-canned content. We decided to go live instead. We don't have a lot of pre-canned things in mind tonight. We're just going to talk a lot of different games, not just Magic, but what's current in the gaming world for at least the two of us, and probably for many of you out there as well. As part of that, we're also going to be, see if I can do this right, opening this pack. So
One
professional.
pack.
Just one. We're going to open the whole box and just pull out one random pack. No, just kidding. We're going to go ahead and open this entire box of AFR. We are going to AFR you tonight. May there be at least $5 in value in this box.
Yeah, and you're gonna like it.
I won't promise that. I won't promise that at all. But we're going to talk about a lot of things. Magic. We're going to talk about some other games. I know I'm at least going to start talking somewhat about Diablo 2 Resurrected, Final Fantasy 14.
Hey, I'm actually relevant to Final Fantasy 14.
What do you mean you're relevant? You're relevant all the time. I assume that Matt's going to
I know about it.
I assume that you're going to cover some of the things to do with Flesh and Blood.
Dude, I've got all kinds of things to talk about. I've been playing all kinds of card games, and actually, funny enough, little spoiler of what we might talk about depending on today, or it might be a different time. Ooh, who knows? But I've actually, the more I play other games, the more I find that I don't know how much I love Magic.
Oh, that's terrible.
I don't hate Magic, but by any means. But there are things that are making me really not want to play as much as I was playing, and I could just be burning out because I've been playing I've been playing a ton.
Well, you have to continue to play because I still need my commander group. And you know, I still love doing the commander draft. I don't know so much about commander constructed, and I do a lot of spell table for that. Maybe with some of the viewers that are potentially watching us. Oh, I've got to do something in order to make this work for me. I got to pop out the chat in case we have anybody that decides to tune in and watch us on a Saturday.
All right, so I just sent you the image that I made.
Okay.
Now, it's in the general chat. Is that going to mess with everything if you get it?
It's going to mess with me for a moment when I go retrieve the image and play with it, but I'm going to try to giggity. That's what she said. It's going to definitely mess with things. We should have definitely done this pre-stream, but we're pros at this.
We do it live.
We do it live.
I don't know where that originated from, but I love it. So.
Well, it's now our catchphrase.
I mean, sure, it's probably not copyright, so I think we're all right, I guess.
What's that?
I said I'm sure it's probably not copyright, but I think we're all right.
Oh, dude, I will be ecstatic if we get some sort of, if we're popular enough to have somebody complain about copyright material on our channel. I mean, that would be, we made it. We made them pay attention.
I have copyright strikes on my YouTube channel that I have 22 subscribers on.
That's terrible. Then I don't want that.
Because they're not strikes, they were warnings. But basically what happened was Nate was editing a video for us, and he found some royalty-free music to play
music's
as
a big
intro,
one.
outro. And they even say in everywhere that you look that it's royalty-free, you can use it. Well, the moment he uploaded it, it got copyright struck in like right away. So He actually he whatchamacallit, he contested it and then showed where he got it from and all that other stuff, and then it was fine. But
I am going to try to do something here live because that's, again, title of the screen. That is how we do it. I'm going to do this.
Think of this stream, at least at the very beginning of this stream. I don't know if every stream is going to be this disorienting, but think of this stream as like just hanging out.
Well, that's what I hope it is. And I mean, I love you, Matt. You're great. But I hope it's more than just the two of us hanging out at some point tonight, at least.
I would love to hang out with the viewers. Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
You know what's a surprise for the viewers, but they don't know it yet? If we have any viewers pop in, I plan to give away something from this D&D box to them. But I don't want to tell them that because they're not here yet. It's just going to be a surprise.
True.
Surprise! So those watching this after the fact, you're going to laugh if there's like 0 viewers to the whole thing. I guess I have to give cards away to Matt. He's the only other person here.
Buddy.
But let me see if I can't get this other background image going here. Because this is not just a Crimson Vow kind of thing. We could talk about that a little bit. I do want to talk about that, actually. I want to talk about a lot of different different themes tonight, if we can.
Yeah, games, topics, themes, subjects.
What is this image? I don't know what this image is. Oh, that's probably that image. So hold on. I might make some movie magic here. Let's see if I can do it. Does Bob have skills? Bob has the skills.
Yeah, you just need to resize it now.
That's what she said.
Hey, not all sizes fit all.
Oh no. Well, it's the aspect that you made this at was a little tiny bit off in order to get it all in there.
I don't. Well, yeah, I didn't think about the chat or anything.
Well, even if you didn't, it would be like that. That's max.
Yeah, you could stretch the bottom. You can hold shift and it'll fill it down.
Will it?
Yeah, it'll stretch it, but it might look okay.
You're so much more pro at this than I am. Whoop.
Yeah.
All right. Ashes Reborn. What is Ashes Reborn? Let's get into that.
It's such a good game. So you were teaching me when you were over here a couple weeks ago or last week, whatever it was.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that.
We were playing Destiny, the card game.
To be clear, Star Wars Destiny.
Is there a bad one, or is there one that?
I think there's other board games called Destiny, but not Star Wars Destiny.
But yeah, so Star Wars Destiny, he was showing me his decks, and we were playing through some kind of standard decks, then his better decks, and then I was like, you know what? This game reminds me a ton of a game that I just recently started playing, called Ashes. And Ashes Reborn is the 1.5 version of the original that came out, because the original, although it was a good game, it was severely imbalanced. There were just all kinds of problems. So the game kind of burned, and it kind of just left. And then there's a YouTube channel that I follow called Team Covenant. They were playing the original Ashes, and they were like, we love this game so much. And then that love kind of overflew to all of the watchers and the people that used to play back in the day. And then because it was burnt out, nobody could play anymore because it used to be even competitive and everything. So they got together with Flat Hat Gaming, who is the creators of Ashes, and they were like, we want to revitalize this game and bring it back. Are you guys interested in doing that? And Flat Hat was like, you know what? If you can give us, they're doing a model called PDP, player-driven production. They're like, if you can get us, I think it was 1,000 subscribers to reboot the game, basically almost a Kickstarter, but a bit different, because a PDP model doesn't require you to put money up front. It only will get funded if it completely is ready to be printed, basically. So there's no potential problem with that. So then it got rebooted. There was over 2,000 people that signed up, and it became more and more as a thing. So Ashes, the reason why I bring up Ashes and the Star Wars Destiny was that, like Magic, it is a card game, but unlike Magic, it's an LCG, which is a
living card game.
Living card game. You have a core set, and then once you buy that, you have all the cards. There's no randomization. And then
that's like Lord of the Rings up top. There is also a living card game where, I mean, now understand, when we say living card game like that, they don't just make one print run and then done, right? The game grows. That's why they call it living. But unlike a TCG like Magic, every pack in Magic is random, right? Where the packs and expansions that you buy for living card games, they're all standard. I think Keyforge was also like that, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of games where you buy the cards. It's not like you're gambling on getting a high value card, right? That's not how those games function. So in the Lord of the Rings, it's pricey. You know, I'm maybe $1,000 into buying as many cards as I have with it. But every box has the exact same cards as every other box of that type. Now they'll print new ones periodically with new cards, so the game grows and expands, but you're not getting random cards.
Which I've come to kind of love, honestly.
Some people like that.
Satisfying about just buying the okay. So the original core set. I mean, I got a little lucky. I bought mine in a flea market for $15, which is pretty badass because it sells for much more than that on eBay and what other sources. It's not printed anymore, so obviously things that aren't printed become a rarity and whatever. But the Reborn, there's an upgrade pack for $30. You get over 370 cards, and they're all the cards that were tuned, reprinted, and then they're available for play. And every expansion pack is like $30 or $15 because there's something called Phoenixborn. Well, funny enough, it's similar to Commander. You have your Phoenixborn, who's your main character. It has an ability, it has HP, and it sort of dictates what you can play in your deck depending on if it requires a dice symbol or not. But you roll dice as your mana at the beginning of every round, and then you have to use that mana throughout turns, taking back and forth between players and to cast your spells and whatever. So you have one main action and one side action, very similar to Star Wars Destiny, which I thought was pretty cool. When he showed me that, I'm like, you know what? This is like super similar to Ashes.
I still like Star Wars Destiny. I hate when somebody says that such and such is a dead game, right? Well, you print things like Monopoly. It's not a dead game. People still play it. Once you have it, you can continue to play it, right? And there's a lot of other card games out there like that. They may not print any new cards, but I still have fun playing Star Wars Destiny with the pool of cards that they currently have out there to play with. Dead is only dead if nobody plays it at all, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna say that for physical games, which is why I'm really not a big fan of digital only stuff, including Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering Arena, some of these other, even MTGO. Like I felt that right away back in like 2005, 2006, or whenever I was into it. I think maybe it was around that time frame, like 2000. Between like 2005 and 2009, so to say. That can die. If they shut those servers off, you don't have anything. The game is literally dead. So, once you have physical components of games, they never die, so to speak. I hate hearing that term. They just go out of print, which I think is a much better term. And to that extent, even the card games or games that are still alive, they have sets that are out of print. They have module. Look at old D&D modules. Like, is a D&D dead? Probably not, but probably the most people play 5th edition, right? That's the current flavor. So I don't. Once the books and the materials are out there to play a game, it doesn't ever really die.
I've always thought dead to me, whenever somebody references the game as dead, is that like the majority of players no longer play it. They're moving on to something else. I don't think that like it's actually dead as if nobody's playing it. I think it's dead as in like the majority of players have decided that they'd rather do something else. They'd rather go play something else.
Which, funny enough, you generally only hear that with card games, trading card games that have recently become almost like investments, like Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh. These games that people are buying the cards, and a lot of what's out there, a lot of the excitement around that is based around the financial aspect of it. It's weird that they're buying a game for a financial investment. So when you talk about it in terms of a game, people that play it don't say that game's dead, but the people that invest in it say that's a dead game, and the cards lose their monetary value, but the game doesn't die. There's still pretty vibrant circles out there that, saying that they don't have like manufacture gaming support with tournaments and things of that nature. Even Magic, which was never really considered dead, they killed the tournament support and Pro Tours and all of those things, but they still continue to print it. So I really hate hearing that term dead game. Yeah. As long as I have pieces, no game is dead.
Yeah. I mean, if you were to consider a dead game, as in how I kind of considered it, I was playing Wyvern. Wyvern was a game created by Finkel. I don't remember exactly, but Richard Finkel? No, that'd be Richard Garfield. It's something Finkel. Anyways, Wyvern was a card game that came out back in 1995, I believe, and it actually is really fun. It actually is a super fun game, and it was a TCG. You open booster packs and everything. You build your Wyvern deck, and I don't know. It's interesting because when I played Magic, even back in the day and now, I very rarely ever played other games. I'm just like, Magic is my thing. I'm not going to play anything else because why would I play other games? Until recently, for some reason, I just got this bug to try a bunch of other games, and I mean, Flesh and Blood, great game. Ashes, another good game. Wyvern, even a good game. The Lord of the Rings TCG, good game. Honestly, I really haven't played a bad game.
I've played some. I have some. Rune. Oh, what is it called? Runestone? Runecast? Oh, boy, that was a very bad game. We had to house rule it to make it playable. I'll play that with you someday. I bought it at one of the local game stores. I'm not even sure. It's in Parma.
Rogue's Den?
No, I think it's near Rogue's Den. It's on Pearl Road. Gamers Haven?
Gamers Haven, I've heard of that one, yeah.
Okay. And I bought it for like $7. I was like,
no wonder why it was $7.
It was terrible. The rules are like one sheet, and it's awful. And all it is just roll a bunch of dice. Roll lots and lots of dice.
I do like rolling dice.
It's like this Norse roll a bunch of dice, and anyways, it's bad. It's a bad game. But I you know what I'd like to do now, just to kind of break up the flow a little bit, change the tempo. I'm gonna go ahead and switch, and we're gonna crack a few packs, but I don't want to like just straight open the box all at one shot. We'll open a few packs, switch back, talk about some more games, and we'll just try to keep that tempo, just in case we have people drifting in and out. Might catch some that happen to. Hi Sherry, is it my mic that's off?
No, it's mine. I'm Sinborn in the chat, by the way. No, it's because we had the same problem before where the microphone for me gets out of sync with the video of my microphones, but unfortunately, I don't know of a way to solve that unless we were doing the thing like you were talking about.
Yeah,
But that's fine. For now, we're doing it live.
We do it live. That's how we do. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to the overhead cam here, hopefully. Maybe. Oh, look at that. Movie magic. Oh. Damn, I'm good.
Snap of a finger. Bam.
All right. So we're going to carefully, I don't know why I still do this. I don't save the boxes, really. I do a little bit. But I don't save nearly the boxes that I used to. I used to save my boxes for a long time and store cards in them. It's open now.
Saving one box of every box that I open, and then I'm going to build some kind of like
pyramid, a fort, get a blanket.
Something. Some kind of little showcase of all the boxes that I've opened.
Well, that's what I would like to do behind me at some point when I get my basement finished and, make millions of dollars off of our YouTube channel. Yeah. All right. So every pack on top has Drizzt. I think every pack is Drizzt, actually. I don't think there's any other pack art for this set. Look at that. They're all Drizzt. So, let me see. Math, because I'm good at math. We'll do 4 packs at a time. How's that?
Sure.
All right. We can talk about it. So, AFR. Now that we've had a little time and distance, we're coming up on the second set after AFR.
Which is coming up so fast. I feel like it's insanely fast.
Dude, we didn't we? I thought we talked about that. The burnt wallet fatigue. Yeah, we have a video about wallet fatigue. Holy shit, it's real, dude. I still stick with what we said in that video, and I still feel it. I do feel that they need to slow down. I do feel they need to like pick instead of shotgun approach with their products, that they should honestly scale back, right? You're making people confused as to which product to buy. And just for you out there, I mean, I'm not bragging, but just to give you a relative sort of input here, even from people that make decent money, it's too much. You feel like you can't keep up, you don't want to keep up, so it's forcing us all into a position where we have to say, I'm going to buy some of that, I'm going to buy this part of that product. Like, that's how you have to look at all the releases. For example, I'll tell you what my purchases are currently for the Crimson Vow that's coming out. I am ordering 2 of the gift bundles with the 1 collector pack in it, and 1 set of the commander decks, and that's it. Maybe down the road I might get a booster box for holding and saving on my shelf for my backdrop, but I don't think it's going to be a set that necessarily ages particularly well. I think if you're going to look for that you'd be much better off with the monster double feature that's coming in January. But I don't think that D&D is going to age fairly well. It was a set that was somewhat infamous when it came out on the heels of Modern Horizons 2. And people are saying, oh, you're unfair that it had some powerful cards. You're seeing almost none of the cards in Standard right now. There are not very many Standard cards being played out of the D&D set. I would say more of them are coming out of Kaldheim.
It's a good thing we don't care about Standard and we more care about that Commander juice.
I do, and there's not very many Commander cards that came out of D&D. I was so looking forward to it really, no, not really. Not when you look at the larger scope of Commander. You might try to shove some in there, but it's not really a Commander staple heavy set. It just isn't. Commander Legends is a much bigger Commander staple set than D&D, and if it's $100 or $105 for a box of D&D or $105 for Commander Legends, how can you justify buying a box of D&D?
I like AFR.
Yeah, I think you're prejudiced. Eyes of the Beholder. Shocking Grasp. And feel free to stop me on any of these that you want to like point out or highlight, even if they're commons. This one I actually do play in my Finn the Fangbearer deck. Just because he's a Death Toucher, 2/2. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And it can get me going in the dungeon on a. Have you ever played the Finn the Fangbearer decks? He's it's a standard deck. Poison counters to get going really, really fast. Play a bunch of like 1, 2, and 3 drop Death Touch creatures and try to get in. And Finn basically doubles up the poison count, or I think he doubles up the poison counters. Every time you put a poison counter, you put 2 on instead, and it goes pretty damn quick. Delver's Torch, Arcane Investigator, these absolutely horrible, terrible art cards, but that's actually a good that's a good card for life gain decks.
Some of them are good.
Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That's fine.
No, I meant the showcase card.
I hate the showcase.
I like some of them.
Jaded Sellsword, don't really care. Bulette, don't care. Split the Party, still don't care. There's one that I see oftentimes in the Gruul decks. Just a fast. He's all right.
For 2-drop, yeah.
Yeah, a 2/2 that you can pump and double his power and toughness. Yada, yada, yada. Hate this card when it gets played against me. Check for traps. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. Exile the card. If it's an instant card or a card with flash, they lose 1 life. Otherwise, you lose 1 life. Oh, and a mythic. Icing Death Frost Tyrant.
The full art of that one looks awesome.
I'm not... I mean, for a mythic, seriously, it's kind of meh.
Oh, it's another thing that I like about Ashes is there is no borders of any of their cards, and they're all full art, and they all look beautiful. The art of Ashes is actually really, really good. Probably one of the best card games in history, I would say.
Unexpected Windfall. That one gets played all the time. Paladin Shield. Bar the Gate. Brazen Dwarf. Everybody should have seen this card by now.
Zombies.
The Shambling Ghast. Huh?
I have a zombie deck now, Commander.
Do you? I haven't seen that one yet.
I just took the Commander deck from was the new one from Innistrad, Midnight Hunt. I just took that and added some cards to it. It's very strong, actually.
Terrible art, man.
So,
Oh, Pixie Guide. I think this card's going to age pretty well for a common. I think this is going to be most likely the most expensive common that comes out of the D&D set. Ultimately.
it might get to a quarter.
Underdark Basilisk. Magic Missile. This is one of the A+ cards that did come out of D&D. I think that this is on theme. It's on flavor. I think it's a flexible, good utility red card.
Yeah, I just think it costs too much.
For being able to split to 3 different targets. You know how many times this has jacked me up and wiped out 3 of my creatures? It's like, ugh. No, I think that's a fine card. I don't think it's great. I just think it's a very fine card for what it is. And an angel token. Who cares? A land card. Let's see, what do we got? We got a mythic in the last one, so this one has to be rare. Yep. Oh, hey, there's a hit. Wow. We got over $5.
Ranger's class.
Yeah, this is like probably 3 to 4 times as expensive as that Icing Death Frost Tyrant, if not more. Wow. Okay. So I'm done for the night. We got one of the bigger hits at rare.
Is that really worth money?
Oh, it's like $14.
Oh. Wow.
And I play the hell out of it. Oh, God, that was terrible. Terrible drink. Oof. Yuck. Yeah, you know, having to drink these stupid seltzers instead of my beers. I'm diabetic, so.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, there's another one of the Fang Blades. Delver's Torch. Boy, this is looking mighty. Okay, now this one is one of the very, very few that I like the look of it. Very few.
Why you like it. It's because they added a contrasting background, which is, I think, what they need for the rest of them. If you look at the other ones, they don't have a contrasting background. It's just all one color.
Temple of the Dragon Queen. I actually love the art on this. It's not a very good card, but that's a lot of text for a land.
Yeah.
As Temple of the Dragon Queen enters the battlefield, you may reveal a dragon card from your hand. Temple of the Dragon Queen enters the battlefield tapped unless you reveal a dragon card this way, or you control a dragon. Yeah.
I think they could have summed that up in a lot easier way.
That's a lot of text
Yeah.
for a land. Like, you play that and people are like, what? What does that do? Sorry. That's just, wow.
And then they stop listening halfway through.
Right. They're like, okay, I trust you. Whatever.
You got it.
Displacer Beast. Oh, wait. So there's Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Goes up with all my tokens. A Montagne. Oh, we must have a foil in here. So let's see what the foil is. Looks like a rare with the cruddy art border. Oh, no. Nope. It's not a foil. I just can't count. Gretchen Titchwillow. And it is...
A dragon turtle.
Wow. Wah, wah. Whew. That's a whiff. Bad art, bad card. Good Lord. Hey, at least you could get that crappy land into play if you had that in your hand. Right? Without tapping it. Isn't that the way that works? Because it's a dragon turtle. Teenage Mutant Dragon Turtle.
I don't know. I think Dragon Turtle's badass.
I don't.
It's 3 mana for a 3/5 flasher that has something that is really good. I don't know. I think it's a really good card.
If it was like uncommon, sure, but it's a rare.
Yeah, the rare.
Like, that's a much stronger card at its relative power level, or at the, you know, the rarity level. Minimus Containment. That's much better for a common. I'll guarantee you Minimus Containment sees 10 times the play the Dragon Turtle does.
That's because people underestimate the power of
Of Grayskull? You're too young to know that. Zombie. Ooh, I got a planes. Who cares? All right. So you got one of these. One of those nobody cares about. This is a really irritating goblin, so he's probably going to age fairly well. He gives all your goblins haste and +1/+0 for 1 red, 1 colorless. That's pretty backbreaking sometimes, and you could pump multiple into it. So
and you create more when you're attacking.
you can, yeah. He's pretty irritating. So I think this card's going to age pretty well for an uncommon. Oh, terrible card. A 5 casting cost, 1 red, 1 white, 3 other, 4/3 flying lifelink with haste. If anybody plays this, let us know. I doubt it.
Pretty good card.
Okay. You're terrible, man. That's not a good card. Not a good card. Just going to say.
I like the way it looks.
All right, so that was our first 4 packs, which I'll consider a good set of openings because I got a Mythic plus the Ranger class. I'm curious what that Mythic is actually going for. I don't think very much at all. I bet it's like $1.50.
I'll say it's like $1.
The Icing Death?
It's not seeing any play.
Oh, no. No, it's not. Well, no, it is. I see it, actually. A lot of people are using quite frequently the lands from D&D, the creature lands. And that's, well, but that's not a creature land. That's just a bad card. You're right. It's probably not seeing much. That would have to be in like a equipment deck, which I think that's where I've seen it, actually, is in equipment decks. All right. So you were talking about Wyvern.
Apparently there was a foil misprinted Japanese Frost Tyrant Icing Death that sold for $682.
Okay, I don't have one of those. That was not a misprinted Japanese foil version of it. So my bet is, what, 60 cents? Maybe $1?
Well, on TCG Player, it's actually $5 for the full art.
It's not full art.
I understand. The normal one, $3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's foil. Why does it keep telling me normal? Yeah, $3. $3.33.
And how much is the Ranger class? I'll bet it's like between $11 and $14.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool because I have some.
I only had one, so that's the second one for my collection.
Ranger class, $11.
Okay, like I said, between $10 and $14. It's fluctuating, so it sees a lot of play. It's a very good card. All right. So we kind of covered some of the TCGs already. I don't know. Is Wyvern, however you want to pronounce that, is that a TCG or a LCG? Is it?
Oh yeah, it's a TCG. Yeah.
Like Magic.
Standard booster packs. Yeah. You open up booster packs, they're random. Even the interesting thing that I found, the starter decks are random.
Wow.
Which is strange.
Well,
it's very strange.
No, that's the way Magic used to be.
Oh, no, it's true.
All the way up through, at least, Nemesis. Now they did have precon. They also had precons. That was their first shot at precons. Was in that era, where you did have precon decks as well, starting in Exodus. I want to say. I'd have to go back and look, but the actual starter decks, were random, and that's at least up. I don't know about Prophecy.
I'm not sure.
But you're right. At some point, they stopped making those random, which I think is a terrible thing. I never understood why they stopped doing that for starter decks. I mean, that was actually the format you would go to for like the pre-releases. So you get like 1 starter deck and 3 booster packs when you went to a pre-release tournament. What's that?
I think they should go back to adding in some kind of variety or some like a booster pack into every starter deck, so that you give the players the deck to start with, and then you also have in the rules or in the books of how to get playing. Because typically you were to buy a starter deck to learn how to start playing, in most situations. Maybe not anymore, but so you add a booster pack in there and go, hey, after you're done playing this, you can open this booster pack and then you can maybe swap out some cards. You kind of learn the core game at its basics, and then you also learn about the tradability and the ability to modify the deck.
Yeah.
Away from that, now it's just random.
Yeah. I don't know what the health of draft is going to be moving forward. Which is unfortunate. I know personally, I care less anymore about the competitive Magic scene. I have no desire to go in and play tournaments, even to win packs and whatnot. If I want packs, I'll buy them. Now, playing against like you guys at our own kitchen table, if we want to throw packs in on things and people chip in for the night, I'm down with that. I'm okay with that. I think that's a better way to do it. I really don't like doing it in public, so to speak, anymore, because those cards are lost to me. Like if it's our group and I see something opened that, you know, catches my eye, that we play with from a draft or whatnot, I know it's really going to be in a pool that's reachable for me. And, you know, later down the road, say I open something that catches your eye, and I say, you're like, hey, I want to pick up, what was that mace you wanted from me, the foil one from Commander Legends? There was a red mace.
Oh,
whatever it is. Whatever it is, you want it, right? And if it's in your,
it's a Cascade mace.
If you see cards that you like from your friend group that you open down the road, you're still likely to have a lot of cards that I may want, and we can trade more evenly. I've never gotten a decent trade really from strangers. They either want too much for something or just won't trade you for something that's fair.
Meteoric mace. Well,
like it seems like friends are about the only place that I tend to get good trade value.
Back when I played in Standard, I had some good trades, but I was always the one in knowledge of I knew what every card I had was worth, and if I didn't, I had my phone and I just looked up the price. Now there are some people that will try to take advantage of people that don't know the price, which is shady. But
which again, you know, like I said, I like having the cards in a pool that even if they're not mine, I know that maybe someday down the road, if there's something that you have that I want, you may not necessarily want to relinquish. Someday I'll open something that would be a reasonable trade that maybe you would want, and I would want to trade for the thing that I saw you open. So yeah, hopefully that's the future of like draft. But you got to assume that anything that's opened in your LGS or a game store that you go to is going to be gone. You know, it's not going to be there 2 months from now when you go to play draft again. You can't say, oh, I know that guy opened a Clockwork Orange or whatever the hell it was. And you know what I'm saying? So it sort of leaves the pool. Whereas, you know, amongst our friends, our play group, you know, those cards are going to continue to exist in the pool, so to speak. So I think draft is a little better that way. Otherwise, you know, I recommend to all our viewers, you know, typically just go out and, rather than getting, you know, don't crack packs. Go out and buy the singles. You'll be far ahead of the game money-wise that way. If you're buying product, let it sit on your shelf sealed until it marinates and gains value, and then sell that and buy the cards that you do want at that time. So, interestingly, over your head is Diablo 2 Resurrected. I've been playing a crap ton of that. Even been playing some of that on stream live, trying to get some items and trying to mix it in cracking packs. So for those of you that don't know, Diablo 2 is a very old game, about 20 years old. And recently, just a couple months ago, they released the Diablo 2 Resurrected, where they've given it a new skin, made a few quality of life upgrades, and have had a hell of a time with server crashes and just really kind of a poor release. It's a good game. If you like Diablo 2, it is very, very reminiscent of it with some upgrades, more visually appealing, bigger stashes, stash that you can share amongst your own characters. You can create a lot more characters now, where you could only have like I think 10 before. Now it seems almost unlimited.
Yeah, I have a lot of mules.
So it's it's very good. Some of the other things they've changed are like attack, things like increased attack speed. But if you like the concept of a low pressure game, I guess you could call it, just kind of like a mindless thing, come home from work, smash a few things, hopefully something cool drops. Like today I had a Burr and an Istrune drop.
Wow.
Yeah, so I finally got to make my Enigma today.
Make your Enigma, yeah.
Yeah, after, spending countless hours. I spent like 2 hours playing today, and oh, look at that. Got an Istrune. An hour later, oh, yeah, got a Burr rune. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, for those of you that don't know, you can go out and look up rune words. You can craft gear that has different stats on it based off of these things that you call runes that you socket into weapons and armor. Anyways, highly recommend that for anybody who's looking for a somewhat mindless, smash loot machine kind of game. It's not super social, but it does have some social aspects. What are your thoughts?
Especially if you played it back in the day. It actually was a fantastic remodel. It's insane how well they were able to bring the game up to standards that I would consider. Because I'm actually kind of a graphics snob. I typically play in 2K or 4K. Like I have both monitors, 2K or 4K. I'll play in the best graphic settings I can possibly have. I have a 2080 Ti just to try to make sure I can try to play it the best as I can. I would have a 3080 if the whole graphic situation wasn't.
Oh, that's terrible. When is that? Let's get into that because that's also been a big thing. My daughter wants to have an improved graphic card to play her Oculus 2. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a VR headset. In order to run that, you need a pretty beefy graphics card. But I don't even know if her rig will support any of that. Anyways, I know it does to like a really small degree. At any rate, and for those of you that don't know about video cards out there, right now they're about 3 to 4 times the price that they should be. The reason for that is crypto mining. Well, there's actually multiple factors here. You had the issue with how Trump dealt with China and the whole trade embargoes and all that kind of stuff that's going on, tariffs. That was one factor in it. Then you have the, I guess we can say pandemic, hopefully, interrupting supply chains and causing shortages of materials and just really disrupting the world. Then you throw on top of that the crypto mining craze that's happened in the last year and a half where, you've had many cryptocurrencies go up 10x, 20x, they're
100 times,
crazy amounts. So people are building these crypto mining rigs that they use video cards, high-end video cards, to do the processing to mine the currency. This is causing an extreme shortage. And because of that shortage and the increased spike in prices, you have card flippers that just run out there, bought up a whole bunch of video cards and still do as soon as they trickle some into the market. The scalpers, I guess you want to call them, is the best way I could put that.
Yeah.
And they're snatching up the video cards as soon as the supply is available. They have no intention of using them, not even to build crypto rigs. They're just simply sitting on them to charge overpriced amounts because the stores and the manufacturers are still releasing the cards at their MSRP, but they only have a very limited amount.
Some of them.
So, well, many of them.
Any of the retailers that have to, like Best Buy is an approved retailer through through Nvidia, and they have to sell their cards at MSRP. But if you have a Micro Center near you, you're going to see that they're double to triple retail.
Okay. Right. No, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying why the prices are, there's a multi-headed hydra here for why the card prices are so high. And because of that, it's also driving up, a rising tide lifts all boats. It's driving up the price of PCs as well. So it's a bad time to buy computer equipment. It just is.
I mean, I'm part of the cryptocurrency realm. I do mine, but I'm not like any kind of extreme level. I mean, I have 4 rigs that mine, and I'm mining like 230 MHS for Ethereum. If you guys know what that is, that's not a lot of. I have two 3070s and 2080 Ti and a 5700 XT.
Well, if you just do like a Google search on it, some of these rigs have like 9 or 10 video cards on the rack itself, and they're selling them for like $9,000. And it's like,
sounds like a lot of money, but it comes back very quickly, surprisingly. Like I've already made more than 2 times the investment that I put in for the graphics card.
And
help the prices.
And it may do that, but it's screwing up the rest of the market for people that have nothing to do with crypto. It's unfortunate. So people like my daughter are being caught in the crossfire here. So again, I say wait it out. Eventually, it's going to burn those that get stuck in it, right? Maybe they'll get their piece of it and they'll get out, because the cryptocurrency can't just inflate to the moon and continue to rise. It just can't. There's at some point you run into a problem with GDP. I don't want to get into too much of a financial discussion here, but I try to express this, and this is a good lesson for anybody that's looking at any of these games, whether you're selling digital items or collecting cards or board games or video cards or houses, cars, doesn't matter. There's a very simple phrase that I always ask people in my house when we're talking about investments or what something is worth. Everything is worth exactly the same amount that everything else on the planet is worth. And that is what somebody else is willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care if it's gold. I don't, because people are like, oh, that currency is not backed by anything. Everything on the planet. This knife. Oh, wow, you can't even see it. Trust me, it is a knife. It's a knife. This token. It doesn't really matter what the thing is. A bottle of juice.
This is a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a machete. Things are worth what people are willing to pay for them, right? So ultimately, the cryptocurrency can't just go to the moon forever. There's not an unlimited supply of money, and money is just an exchange. It's a demarcation of exchanging money, currency, for goods and services, or basically somebody else's time. And there is just a finite amount of other people's time. That's just the way the world is. That's just what currency is. So crypto can't continue to just inflate infinitely, because you couldn't buy anything with it if it inflated infinitely.
Yeah, it's most likely in a bubble right now, just like everything else is. But that bubble could last our entire lifetime. It could last until tomorrow. It could last until the end of the year. Who knows? But,
sure.
Welcome, Code and Cards and Coach, MTG Paradise. Welcome, guys.
Oh, wow. Am I not getting updates?
You'll see it. They just came in.
So,
but for some reason our chat is delayed for the chat.
So, back to the concept that I was getting at is that at some point, I do believe that the computer parts are going to normalize a bit. They're going to get back into the realm of normal-ish. I don't know that they'll ever go back down to the prices or price levels that they were previously.
Here's the funny thing about that. If you think about it, so there's a boom of a bunch of people buying video cards to mine. If mining ever takes a crap and gets squashed, which I don't think it will 100%, but one of the biggest mining right now is Ethereum. Ethereum plans to go proof of stake by, I think, the middle or beginning of next year. And it got delayed this year, but the moment it goes proof of stake, that means that mining it becomes very, very difficult anymore. So either people will transition to a new cryptocurrency, or everyone that was in crypto mining will get out for Ethereum. And if they do that, then it's going to flood the market with graphics cards, which will be good and bad.
Well,
as long as you're...
So I do want to bring up one point to that, though. I don't know that... Let me see if... I'm not sure if I can turn Matt up. This might screw things up, but I'm going to try. He's not on...
me in Discord?
What's that?
You should be able to right-click on me in Discord.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do without messing up the video. I'm so terrified after our experimentations pre-stream of how things went. Let me see if... I'm going to double you up. All right, so if you want to give a talk test there.
How do you guys... what do you guys think?
Because you sound about the same to me. We need to figure out a way to split you off onto a separate audio stream through OBS here. so that I can adjust the volumes that way. But unfortunately, right now, the audio volumes both coming through the same channel, so I have no way to like split that. Oh boy, I can hear you.
Oh, I'm super fucking. I sound like terrible.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound great coming through on this side either. But I have no way to apply a different filter to your voice channel, unfortunately. Oh, are you listening to YouTube? We're like doubling it up on the stream. So just so you guys know, Coach and Cothern, oh wow, now things are coming through. Wow, this is really time trippy to like pay attention to chat and we're talking about lots of different games tonight. We're sort of broadening what our channel topics are, and we drifted into crypto mining vis-a-vis video gaming and video game cards and the current overinflated prices in the video game market, which is what we were getting at. And to your point, getting back to, wow, I'm pointing in the wrong direction. To your point, which I'm totally pointing in the opposite direction of you, according to me, but it looks like it on stream, so that's good. So, yes, if those cards hit the market, and there are many of them, so you have to be very careful if you're buying used video cards right now, because what they're doing is they're essentially burning them out, or they're using them for a period, their lifetime. Think of it like a light bulb. And all electronics do have some sort of shelf life to it. So be careful about buying secondary market video cards for the next couple of years, because you might get some video cards that have a lot of miles on them, right?
Right.
That have, let's say a card has, just for argument's sake, a lifetime cycle, just like you do for light bulbs that have so many hours. Let's say they have 1,000 hours on it. And let's say that card has relatively 1,000 hours. It's not how it works, but we'll just for argument purposes here. What they're doing is they're using them for like 950 hours, taking them off the rigs, and then putting them up for a discounted price. So you're buying $1,000 card for $700, but it really only has like a very small portion of its lifespan left to it. So be careful about that.
Now, it depends. I was going to touch on that. If I did switch, I don't know, hopefully this sounds better.
Sounds the same to me.
A program called NVIDIA Broadcast that it removes noise, so I don't have to wear headphones. But I think with it being so high, I think it makes my voice sound like Garbo. So hopefully this sounds better.
Well, just so you guys know, the way that we're recording this and broadcasting tonight is, kind of archaic. We're using Discord. Matt's coming through his video on Discord, and so is his audio. Unfortunately, by the time it comes through the internet, through Discord, onto my PC, into OBS, over to YouTube, that's a lot of transitioning without direct audio. I'm sure he sounds much better at his seat than he does coming through here. But you even sound a bit distorted even coming through to me.
Which is weird because we have the same microphone, I guess is why I'm confused. We should sound
It's all slave to like, it's all 40 weight oil and ball bearings. It's all slave to the different, Wi-Fi connections in my crappy computer down here, and it's just doing the best that I can. If we get thousands of more subscribers and hundreds of thousands of more dollars so that we can buy these super expensive video cards and whatnot, I'll improve my equipment down here. But until then, I think we're just gonna have to bear with it. But on the topic of video games and video cards and crypto mining and the relationship and why they're all that way, I would foresee at least the next year still being a very difficult market to buy video cards for gaming rigs, at least for the foreseeable future, for at least the next year. Maybe when the pandemic breaks a little, the prices will normalize a little more. Like they'll just outproduce the mining rigs. It just won't be profitable for them to buy them. Because like I said, it's spawning whole new like black markets of buying video cards that aren't mining and they're not playing. They're just trying to scalp them.
But circling back to what I was saying before, mining on a video card is not worse than gaming on one. Just throwing that out there.
No. But all of them still have, all electronics have a limited lifespan.
Yeah.
You can only use them so much. It has to do with heat and realistically the second law of thermodynamics and entropy and all these different things. The resistance breaks down materials, et cetera, et cetera. And then the weakest link is most likely to be the part that breaks in the computer. I don't want to get into all that. I do actually know a little bit about electronics. I was trained in detailed electronics in the Air Force for fixing air traffic control and weather radars, and I've worked a lot with intricate digital circuits and whatnot. So I've got quite a bit of experience with it. But well, it hurts my head to even think about it. I'm gonna take a drink on that one. Wow, Jesus. Bob knows. I'm no expert in anything, but I know a lot about a lot of stuff.
The amount of temperature that you do while mining versus the temperatures that you get to while gaming is actually surprising to me. When I first was getting into it, the card would mine at about 49 to 50 degrees Celsius. When I game, it gets up to 70.
Well, I'm not saying the gaming's not more intense. I'm just saying that, you know, they have a limited life to them, and these miners are. I was just. I don't know. I don't know if it was a podcast or a YouTube video I was watching about this new phenomenon about the crypto miners basically running the rigs up till however many expected hours and taking the cards off so they could recoup the cost of the cards and selling them on the aftermarket without telling you how many hours the card or cycles the card has on it, because there's no cycle tracker on a card. So just be aware of that out there.
When you're mining on a card, like my mining rig on my guest computer, it is a guest computer, so if a friend comes over, he can game with me or whatever. But that thing mines 24/7. This computer that I actually play video games on, it's only mining like, we'll say half the day most of the time, because I'm on it otherwise. And when you're mining, you don't really do anything graphically because it'll ruin your gaming experience. But
now,
it's an interesting thing.
Also, just to kind of qualify the statement that I said before, not all video cards are going to have exactly the same amount of life on them that the other ones. Just like a light bulb, where it says it might have 200 hours, and you have one that only lasted 150 hours or 90 hours, and then you have one that's still going strong after 500 hours. That's just the way the electronics are. But in general, they still do only have a limited shelf life. They're not an infinite. They're not an eternal thing. So, anyways, just be aware.
We were going to talk about crypto. I would have put a Bitcoin where the moon
is. I would rather see a Shiba coin, thank you.
Shiba,
yeah.
Shiba went down.
Yes, I'm very well aware.
But it is okay.
Not financial advice, but yes, I do have some Shiba coins. So.
Me too. I have millions. I
have 4 million.
Yeah. I had at 1.33 million, but
wow. Oh, that's right. You bought it much lower though.
Yeah, I had bought it when it was in its like 18, 20 point. I don't know what .000 millions, hundreds, thousands, millions. Yeah. No, it'd be trillions. Trillions of a penny. Like you could buy millions for $100 or whatever. But then it skyrocketed up to 8. And unfortunately, I had sold everything because it had spiked up to 0.35, 0.00035. And I was like, it's been at .00035 this whole time. And I was like, it stayed there for about a week. And I'm like, this is probably where it's going to be a plateau, and then it's going to drop. So I'm like, I'll sell it before it drops. And then it went up. And I'm like, I'll sell it before it drops tomorrow. And then it went up. And then I'll sell it before it drops tomorrow. I'll rebuy back in before it continues to go up. Well, it never dropped. It just kept going up to 8. So then I eventually bought back in at half of what I had originally had. But luckily, all of this is just, I literally put in $350 in the very beginning, and then bought that 33 million, and then I've just kind of been buying and selling since then. And unfortunately, I was doing very well. I had doubled almost tripled the amount that I had, but now I'm back down to only being double sad.
Oh, it's fun. And just for those of you out there, this is not a financial channel. This is just for entertainment purposes only, but spend responsibly.
Yeah.
Crypto is a super risky venture, just like playing cards. Anyways, speaking of playing cards, since we've got some people here in the chat, I think it might be an appropriate time to switch back and bust open some more packs. What do you think?
Yeah. Do 8 and just blow straight to the rares. We're not going to get to the whole box unless we don't want to. We can always use the rest of the box for another time.
No, let's do this. This is a thing. This is a thing. All right. So this was our big hit from the previous 4 packs. Yes, I'll blast right through the comments so that we're not here for the rest of the evening.
No, nobody cares about the comments.
So back cards, nobody cares. Commons, nobody cares except me. Care about that one? I like that card. There's a card that sees a lot of play. Skullport Merchant. That's also going to age pretty well, I believe, for an uncommon.
War.
You mean a Twavern? A Guild Thief. Oh, on that note, let's marinate myself a little more.
Hydrate, everyone. My drink of choice today is water.
My drink is, well, actually, this one's terrible. Actually, the flat one that was sitting in the fridge is way better than that. Ugh. I don't. That's not very good. Guild Thief. Oh, wow! That's some Spiceola. Wow. That is my second one of those. That's the one card I truly wanted out of this set, and now I got two.
That's awesome.
Woo! Who's that does that?
Ric Flair?
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Macho Man 97?
No, I think it's Rick. I think you're right. I think it was Ric Flair that did the woo. Can I get a woo from chat out there? That was good.
I'm the same way right now. It is a little annoying waking up and checking every single morning and every single night, and midway through the day, just checking, what has Sheba done? What has Sheba done?
It is so addictive to watch those price trackers. I actually even have my boss doing it now. And he's texting me, why did you tell me to buy this stupid currency?
It's fine. Tell him it'll bounce back. It's fine.
Uh-oh. I think we got a foil, so we'll do a slow roll. Again, my very hated treatment on the cards.
He's a legendary dwarf, though.
That's
in real lore as well.
the guy with the leaky eye.
He's the leader of.
Oh, it's a foil rare, and it looks
Dwarven?
green, a rare green. Oh, I was getting so excited that it might be a foil ranger class.
Oh, ranger class.
Yeah. Oh well. All right, we'll go a little faster here.
Eye of Vecna, another legendary artifact from Dungeons and Dragons.
All right. And for those of you that stick with us through all this, there's going to be a surprise at the end. I don't know when we're going to end it, but wow, that's way too many. What the hell?
Well, there's list. Oh, is there list cards in the?
All right, so we'll get rid of the back two. All right, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it must be another foil, right? Demogorgon clutches, Demogorgon clutches, Trickster's Talisman, another magic missile, Sorcerer class, and just an uncommon. A foil Hunter's Mark. Oh, I put the rare in the uncommon slot, like a Dumbo. All right, next pack. Let's do this. Like, how do you top it? We already got a Ranger class and a Gnawbone. I mean, Tiamat?
Yeah, Tiamat would be nice.
And they dropped pretty... A Demi-Lich?
A Meat Hook Massacre. Oh, sorry, wrong set.
Wrong set, buddy. I don't have one either.
I know, me neither. I was so sad. When I first saw it, I'm like, this is so good. I should definitely buy some. But no, I didn't.
I still don't have an Unnatural Growth either. 50 Feet of Rote, Chaos Channeler, Happen on a Glade, and Hive of the Eye Tyrant. That's not a bad card. I play it. It's one of those manlands for black. You're emotionless.
I'm just baffled how shitty I sound on the stream. It blows my mind. It does.
Oh, by the way, for those of you that might not know, the cool thing about this, if you look at the art, can you guys see the beholder there?
Oh, yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool.
So there's the eye stalks all around.
Yeah.
Here's his eye in the middle.
I never noticed that.
With that's supposedly like the pupil of his eye. Here's his mouth down here.
Huh.
The negative image, I guess you could say, the void image in there. Anyway, so that's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome. I never noticed that.
See? Gaming Bob, full of all kinds of useless shit.
Look at the knowledge he has.
Right? Right? Well, obviously he doesn't have the knowledge of how to open a damn pack of cards.
Hey, man, they make it more and more difficult nowadays.
All right, so the back... Oh, well, how about we just... Oh! I like this card. I like this card a lot.
He's a dog.
He is a dog. You know what he does?
No.
He's essentially almost like a land tax-ish.
The land.
So he's a 3/1 body for 2 with vigilance. When he enters the battlefield, if an opponent, so this is definitely better in Commander, controls more lands than you, search your library for a basic plains and put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So it's a ramping 3/1 vigilant for 2 in white. That's pretty solid. I actually really like that card. I think I'm actually going to go out and buy a whole bunch of those. Well, I don't think. How much are they? Would you mind looking at that? This is also a very good card, by the way, too. This card for a dog is not nearly as cool. It's a terrible one. I would never play this card. The double strike teleporting blink dog. Boo. It's Loyal Warhound.
He's 42 cents.
Oh shit, dude! I'm gonna go out and pick up a whole crap ton of those.
Near man, $1.50. Which you could probably get for less. See, when it says near mint for $1.50, that means that the shipping fee isn't calculated. So on TCG, you could probably get it for as low as $1.
Oh, I saw a foily back there. So we got a foil, people. We got a foil. Drider, one of the cooler names on a card, but not a very good card. So it's 5, just so you know. So why I say it's not a very good card. It is a 4/3 elf spider for 5 with reach. When Drider deals combat damage to a player, create a 2/1 black spider creature token with menace and reach. Good luck. Especially for 5. Think of all the other cards at 5. Like, you could play a Westgate Regent for 5. If you had this sitting in your hand and a Westgate Regent, which one are you going to play?
It is an elf.
For 5. In black. No thanks.
No problem getting mana.
To me, that's a swing and a miss. Kind of like, okay, but there's so much more you'd be doing with 5.
Yeah, you'd probably never run it, but...
Ingenious Smith with an ochre jelly and a... Yay. Because people care. Because you don't get an entire pack of those in your bundle. Well, I didn't on one of mine. I have a video I should upload with that where they missed the foil pack. But they did. They did make that up to me, though.
I didn't know that they had foil packs because the last bundle I opened was before they called bundle. They were called fat packs.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't include ever those lands or anything. You just got 8 packs or 10 packs or 12 packs, whatever it was. You got packs instead, and you got the dice, of course. So when I watched that video while you had it unlisted, I was like,
Ugh.
"What the fuck is he missing? He's not missing anything."
Oh yeah, I knew it as soon as.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Minion of the Mighty. This one is not going to age well, but it's a kobold. I mean, that's something. With Menache.
Ooh.
I believe it's the one that you can pop a dragon into play. Whenever the Minion of the Mighty attacks, if you attacked with creatures with a total of power 6 or greater in combat, you may put a dragon creature from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking.
I didn't know you spoke Spanish.
Sí, un poquito.
Menache.
Well, that would be more like Italian.
I thought about saying Italian, but then I figured I would go the complete opposite route and just go a language that doesn't really make a lot of sense. But
Like Russian?
yeah, well, went Spanish.
A swamp? Oh, and Boo! A Boo token! Yeah, so this pack's already a winner. And we're going to switch back over and talk some more games here after we get through this one. So let's see if we get any more saucy spice. Manticore.
The boot token.
Oh, I think there is a full art peeking out there. You see it? You see it?
Oh my god.
Oh, I think I know which one it is, too. Are you kidding me? No, it can't be. It can't be.
It's the Tiamat.
Oh.
The Red Dragon.
Oh, what a troll.
Hey, it looks good.
What a troll. There's a card that sees a ton of play. I really thought it was the Tiamat when I saw it for a second there. And there's one that gets a bunch of play, too. The Werewolf Pack Leader.
Pack Leader. He's a good one.
So, out of this stack, I mean, how can you complain with getting Old Gnawbone? So we started off fantastic, and then it just kind of went, the Loyal Warhound I love. So far, let's get our hits out here. I guess we'll call the Icing Death a hit-ish.
I mean, the Pack Leader's a hit. He's almost $8.
Is he? Is he?
Yeah. He's $7.50.
Wow, he's more than the icing death. I don't think any of these are anywhere near that.
Token's worth almost $3.
Is it really?
Yeah, I looked it up.
I'm like, boo! Yeah, baby. All right, so we're gonna switch back over. We'll open some more packs a little bit later. But we're gonna talk some other gaming first. If you like what we're doing out there tonight, guys, please smash the like. Tell people, let people know, hey, Matt and Gaming Bob are out there talking, and we'd love to hear from you. Let us know what you're doing on your Saturday night. Remember, we do it live here.
Join us.
So we're kind of picking some of the stuff from the background, but we're not going to limit it to just what you see on the screen here because, we're going to talk all kinds of games.
Tell me about Matrix Resurrection. I know nothing.
Okay. So, I don't know, are there any, this is not a game. Matrix Resurrections is the movie that's coming out. I don't know what the release date is on that, but it is the 4th. I think, what did they say, Christmas maybe? I could be out of my mind.
I haven't even heard about this, so.
Are you a fan of the original Matrix movies?
Yeah, I like Matrix.
Okay, well, this is rebooting it. So if you haven't yet seen it out there, I highly recommend going out and checking a trailer out. I don't even want to venture to try that here for whatever reason. Take down the stream while we're talking live. They might even break into my door and say, "Shut your computer off." But it's the Matrix.
I think trailers are fine. I don't think they're copyrighted.
So it looks to me, from what I can gather, the premise is that he never really was in the Matrix and that he was just insane when he took the pills. Right? But there are things that are happening to kind of prove to him, or at least influence him, that it was real. So it's a very what was that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger that got redone where he goes to Mars, but did he really go to Mars? Oh, damn it.
I have no idea.
Total Recall.
Oh.
You never saw Total Recall?
I've heard the movie, but I don't know that I've actually seen it.
Oh, that was such a trip. And if you really pay attention to the movie, you're not just watching, for the Michael Bay explosions. It's a real head trip. Basically, for Total Recall, the premise of that movie was that you could go in, like, for working class people that never get out of the drudgery of working in the mines or stocking the shelves at Walmart or whatever. They never get to go on fancy vacations and whatnot. So you go to these places that can implant memories into your mind.
Oh.
So you pay for, like, instead of actually going to Mars on a vacation and having an exotic vacation, you could pay, like, 1/1,000,000th of the price and just have the memory implanted into your brain. Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of these, like, factory workers that does this, but something goes wrong when they're putting the implant in, at least according to his. But when he was selecting his fantasy vacation, he wanted to be a secret agent, saving the world, getting the pretty girl. And basically, when you watch the story arc through the whole movie, it follows exactly what he picked for that vacation. But it starts off like, oh no, we can't put him under. There's something blocking the memory. And he's got, like, a tracker in his head. And it's kind of it's a real trip if you haven't seen it. So the whole time you should be asking yourself, is this real, or is it just part of the memory that they're implanting in his brain for his vacation, so to speak? And so I think they're trying to somewhat play on that vibe with the Matrix Resurrections. That, did it really happen, Neo, or are you just insane?
Ask, like, how do you make a sequel to that? Because they already know what.
Well, but do you remember how it all started?
Yeah.
He literally. So if. Well, but where does that come from? By the way.
I don't know.
Alice in Wonderland. That's why Follow the White Rabbit. That's where that all comes from. Stems from. Which is supposedly, if you know anything about the book from, like, the 1800s or whatever, it was all a dream from Alice. Like, she fell asleep in the garden. Anyway, so. And it's very much that play. Is it reality, or is it just a dream, or is it imagination? Is it, it's a very trippy kind of thing, especially if you are a big fan of gummies and whatnot. It's a great concept to try to get into if you really like movies and stories and don't just look for the pretty visual effects and the Michael Bay explosions. There's actually some pretty trippy storylines behind all of that. So I've always very much enjoyed The Matrix for that Alice in Wonderland-esque vibe to it. So we'll see where this goes. I hope they do it justice. I wasn't a super huge fan of whatever the Revolutions, I think, was the third one. There's like Matrix Reborn, Matrix Revolutions, now Matrix Resurrections. Everything's got to have an R.
Right.
But I was a huge fan of the first Matrix. And I liked the second Matrix. So we'll see where this one goes. Hopefully they do the series some justice. I'm sure they will. It looks pretty good. Watch the trailers. Excuse me.
I'm a big fan of Michael Bay explosions, by the way.
And you know what? I don't condemn anybody for anything that they like.
Yeah.
Just so you know, just so we can get into politics here. Big libertarian. I don't care what you do. Just don't make me do it. Right? And don't make me pay for it either. I don't care what you do. Just don't.
I don't have any kind of political label.
I don't even want to divulge into politics here.
Yeah, I just don't care enough.
So I don't know that there's any other movies except for I'm very excited about something else coming out tonight. And since it's relevant, I don't know if you're aware, something's premiering tonight. If you're a gamer and movie fan, or I guess gamer and TV fan, do you know what's premiering tonight on Netflix?
I don't have Netflix, so I don't know.
Did you ever play League of Legends?
Yeah.
They have an animated series that's premiering tonight at 7 Pacific on Netflix for League of Legends. They said first 3 episodes.
And probably thousands of hours of League of Legends.
So you might want to check out the trailer on that as well. We're excited about that here in the household, and we'll be watching that either tonight or tomorrow when this ends. Actually, it starts in about 30 minutes here, so.
I thought they've always done a really good job at the cinematics of introducing new characters or introducing story plots. So if it's the same people, then it's going to be pretty good, I bet.
I can't remember what the title of it is, but anyways, that's coming out tonight. So those League of Legends fans that are out there, or I think that's MOBA is the technical or the classification of games that's in. That's coming out tonight, so that's pretty exciting. So I figured I'd mention that. Yeah, Arcane. Yeah, that's what it's called. I'm not familiar with the storyline, but I'm excited about it nonetheless. I really love Castlevania, so I'm digging Netflix at the moment with some of the things they're putting out.
Great.
What's that?
The anime Castlevania? That's great.
Oh, yeah, love it. And did you see that they put a... Oh, God, we should dig that up. I wonder if I could find it real quick. Did you see the Castlevania art on the Crimson Vow Soren? Did you watch... I assume you watched Castlevania?
Yeah, I've watched the anime.
Okay. So, let me... Oh, got it. Now I got to pull the card up. So... Shit.
I haven't looked at all the spoilers for Crimson Vow. Sometimes I'd like to be surprised, you know?
Okay, but you got to see this because this is just relevant as hell. Jeez. So I don't know if you're aware, but there's like literally like 5 different versions of Soren in Crimson Vow.
Nope.
Oh God, I clicked on the wrong site.
You don't want to do that.
Oh boy. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I need to see the alternate art versions of it, though. And I don't know if they have all the alternate art versions listed here. Of course they don't have it. Let me see if I can find it.
I played one of the Castlevania games. Maybe 2, but it's been a while. I don't remember.
I did not play any of the... I think I played the side-scroller like years and years ago.
I'll have to Google real quick to see which one I played. I think I played Lord of Shadows. Yeah, I played Lords of Shadows is the one that I remember playing.
I mean, the one that I played was like back in the 80s, so whatever the hell that is. All right, I'm going to see if I can't...
There's a lot of Castlevanias. It's just called Castlevania.
All right, let's see if we can't...
From the 80s, at least.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been. And I just remember being a side-scroller, and it was so difficult. I just remember you get to like the bottom of the stairs, and it was just impossible to get up like stairs. All right. So I didn't mean to like throw that over top of your face.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
I've seen this.
tell me that does not look like Alucard on Castlevania.
Yeah,
It's the same
I
artist,
mean, but all
Ayami
vampires are very
Kojima.
similar.
What's that?
Oh, it's the same artist that draws in Castlevania?
Yeah, it's the same one that drew Alucard.
See, that makes sense to use somebody that's already in the genre. That actually is really cool.
Well, there's like 5 different versions of Soren, and one of them he's actually Dracula, but it says Soren. So,
Yeah, I've seen that one.
yeah, good luck keeping track. It's like, oh, that's not confusing at all. So yeah, I think there's. I could be mistaken. I know there's at least 4, but I think there's 5 versions of Soren. Oh, boy, that was not the right thing. What happened there? Why did that do that? Oh, because you know what?
Wrong one. There you go.
Hey, we're professional here. Nothing to see. Move along. All right. Well, you know what? Since that's coming up pretty soon, you know what we have to do? Sorry. So we talked about. Are there any other like, movies or series that are out that you think might be relevant to our audience here, and or just what you're watching lately? You're probably not watching anything, if I had to guess, but.
The one thing that I'm excited about that's coming back, they got a reboot, is Dexter. I love the Dexter. It's like one of the only, I actually own the DVD. It's like one of the only series I actually own a DVD from. I don't remember, I think I bought it just so that we could watch it with my dad and the family again, because we had watched it as a family. So that's coming out as a reboot. I'm hoping that's good. I think it's already came out, maybe, but I haven't looked into it.
I think that's on Showtime, right? I think that's where it's coming out on Showtime.
I don't like watching one episode and then you have to wait a week and then another episode. I like watching it all at once.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a whole discussion we can get into at some point. I actually started watching things that way back in 2008 or 2009. I was torrenting, and I remember that I was watching. It was Lost, right? And I had caught like 2 or 3 episodes of Lost. Because it was, like such a big buzz and people were, oh, Lost is so fantastic. And I was catching like an episode here and an episode. I was like, I have no effing idea what's going on here. This is terrible. What a terrible show. Why do people think it's great? And then a friend of mine said, no. Watch it, get a torrent and watch it, without commercials end to end.
Yeah.
And what a different experience it was watching it that way. Because there's no way watching it week to week you're going to keep those minuscule, obscure details in your head, because the storyline was bouncing all over the place. So if you haven't watched Lost in a binge fashion, absolutely recommend rewatching it in a binge fashion from the start to the end. It makes a whole lot more sense, a much better viewing experience. And since then, I have a very hard time watching episodic TV.
Yeah, I can't stand. I just don't. If I can't binge it, I don't want to watch it.
So
I hate commercials. I hate the break.
Oh God, commercials are so bad.
I want to consume all of it at once.
I hear you. All right. Well, any other fans out there of Dexter or any of the shows that we talked about here? Do you guys want to talk about it all?
Another one that I watched recently, a new anime actually. It's called The Time That I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. It's called Tensura, is like a short name for it. There's a mobile game that I play and called Epic 7. One of the only ones that I play still with a friend. And they're doing a collaboration with this new anime, and it's this guy. He's in Japan, and it's an anime, but he's in Japan, and he gets stabbed, and he dies, but he gets reanimated into a whole different world, and he's just this little slime thing. But the way that the anime happens, it's like this. It's almost like a video game, kind of. He's got this thing in his head called the Oracle, or something like that. The Oracle, I'm pretty sure is what it's called. Or Great Sage, that's what it's called. The Great Sage. And he's able to like ask it questions, and it like kind of like has this little like blinking light. It just kind of like tells him like a robot would, kind of. And he's able to like learn skills. And when he uses a new skill, it kind of like flashes on the screen. It's all like new skill acquired, and it says what it does. It has like a little like printout. It's crazy. It's a weird anime, but it's almost like you're watching a person play through a video game. And what's really strange about it is it's like he's the main character of a story, and he like can't lose. He's the most broken slime ever. He's He's in the game. He's a small monster, they call him Little Monster, where he doesn't have a name. He doesn't have, apparently giving a name to a monster empowers them and they like level up. It's weird, but he's just a little slime. But he eventually, by the end of it, becomes like the strongest creature in the entire universe. It's a really wild anime, as most animes are.
You know, Coach, you mentioned Sopranos there, and I didn't watch Sopranos until the whole series had ended, and I binged that whole thing as well. I did not really care as much for the new movie that just came out, The Many Saints of Newark. It was very flat to me. I don't think if it was attached to Sopranos, anybody would have watched that at all. But he's asking what your favorite movie is, Matt.
Yeah, that's a loaded question. The first thing that comes to my mind is a comedy that I really, really like, and it's funny, and I always go back to it. It's one of the very few movies that I can rewatch. I typically don't rewatch movies. Is I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry.
Oof.
It's a great comedy. I don't know. I've watched it multiple times. Basically, anything with Adam Sandler, it's just good laughs. Some of it's slapstick humor, and some of it you kind of lose the funny factor when you rewatch it, but that's one that I could probably still throw on right now and just have a good time with.
Absolutely. Favorite movie would be Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. I've rewatched that at least 50 times. All right. Well, so that we can get wrapped up here at a reasonable time, I'm going to go ahead and switch back over to some more pack cracking, because this was a night full of bullshitting and pack cracking. Feel free to chit-chat away. What's your favorite movie, Coach?
Yeah, I'll think about it a little bit more, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Absolutely, Lord of the Rings, bar none. Second would definitely be Star Wars, but that's a tougher one to pick out which one in the Star Wars is my favorite. I really love Rogue One.
The first episode, right?
You mean episode 4? Not the first episode, because that would be Phantom Menace, and that sucked.
Yeah, the first one of the series. The first episode.
Episode 4.
Yeah, the first episode.
A New Hope.
There's actually a skit. It's called from it's a Facebook channel, I guess. It's called Viva La Dead. They do a skit where he's talking back and forth with somebody asking what his favorite Star Wars movie was, and
hey, Core.
Back and forth.
So we're doing a definite potpourri of Last of the Mohicans. I Will Come for You. Daniel Day-Lewis, one of the best movies he ever did. This is a pain in the butt card. This is one that will certainly age well for Life Gain decks, no doubt about it. Hey, Frog Hemoth. I think that's the first one of those I've gotten. Dig it, and I need frogs. Isn't there another frog that just came out? I definitely, dude. I'm definitely gonna make. We have to make our group play theme decks, right? And there's a new frog that's coming out in Crimson Vow. I don't know what its name is, but it's gonna be the commander for sure. I'm going Frog Tribal, man.
Ooh, The Dark Knight was another good movie that I really enjoy watching. That I can watch many times.
Top 10 list of movies. So we're covering some of our favorite movies there, Core. What's your favorite movie? Pick just one. Because I easily know my top 10.
I don't. I had to Google like best movies of all time and then scan through them to remember, because my memory's freaking horrible.
Well, I rewatch all mine, so it's pretty easy to.
Oh yeah, I don't do that.
I rewatch them a lot.
Content. Like you could watch so much more things if you don't rewatch it. You know what I'm saying?
I think we have a foil or maybe a full art. Oh, I think it's going to be a land. I think it's going to be one of the module lands, which I'm pretty stoked about because I don't have very many, and I really dig them.
Yeah.
Oh, that got me excited for a second there. I thought it was another Ranger class. And oh god, oh, what a troll. Ouch. Got a full art mythic.
That's awesome.
That's terrible. It's like a $1 card.
No, but it looks great. Sometimes you just have to enjoy it.
It's not going to be useful. This will not age. Like I say, these things are going to age well. Such tiny text, but just because of the +1 there, this is what a worthless card. And it's mythic. A full art mythic out of that box. Well, folks, that's a big hit. I'll bet you she's like $1 or $1.20. for the full art mythic. Oh wow, that was a Chuck Norris to the face. Oh, I got a drink after that one. Oof, oof.
You're just too excited and elated with the pull, huh?
I gotta get past that one, folks. That was an ouchie. Who's got the back teen?
She's $3
for the full art.
Yeah.
A full art mythic for $3. Ouch.
Yeah. Well, the problem is that the variants don't actually have any kind of more value than any other.
She has no value. She's I'll bet you she's the lowest mythic in the whole set. That could have been a demi-lich. That could have been a full art demi-lich. Yeah, how about we do that? What a great idea, Coach. Let's do that. That makes me feel so much better. Thank you. This is why we have great viewers.
Yeah. You put the good guy on top, and then you're good to go.
Oh, another Sphere of Annihilation.
Well, what movie is it?
Tough one for me. Seen so many, I guess it'll be the movie I always go back to watch, and not just one scene. Has to be a full good movie with good movie score, plot, scenery. I mean, Star Wars kind of checks the boxes on a lot of that.
I want him to say one of the most obscure movies that I've never heard of is his favorite movie.
Red Dawn. Oh, Jaws is great. I rewatched the shit out of that. That would be in my top 20 for sure. Maybe even my top 10. The first Jaws? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Love that. I mean, if we're going to go top 10 movies, you know, Forrest Gump's going to be up there, Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, Forrest Gump's good.
I love Dumb and Dumber. Like, if we go into comedies, Godfather is a popular one. I'm not as big on those.
I've never seen it. 13 going on 30, huh? That's a good one.
But all three of the Lord of the Rings, not so much the Hobbits. A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Rogue One. Those are all up there. Big Star Wars fan here. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I don't know if that's still up there. That should be a few bucks. Maybe does that go? What do you think, guys? Does that go in the hit pile? I'll leave that down here for now. I'll tell you what, that gets played a lot. I think it's going to continue to get played a lot.
It's worth $5.
Okay, I mean that's worth more than the full art Eliwick.
Yeah.
It's worth more than the Icing Death.
What is the AFR ampersand promo?
Oh,
What's
yeah.
that from?
Those are just like some very rare promo cards, and those are worth like a stupid amount of money.
Yeah, that's the one that I was talking about earlier, where the Icing Death was worth $650 or something. Where are they from?
I'm not exactly sure where they were sent out, but they're just like true promos. Ah, love this common. This common will age very well. A can-tripping 2/1 body for 3. And instead of losing a life, you gain a life. So that's a very good card. I think it's going to age very well. I've been talking about it well since day one. One of the hits in the set for me. Critical hit, Grim Wanderer, good surprise card. Eccentric Apprentice and Fighter Class. Okay. I haven't even actually ever seen Fighter Class played. Have any of you ever played? I hate the Battle for Endor. Ugh. Turn me off. I call Return of the Jedi half of a great movie, because the first half of the movie is great until they get to Endor. Can't stand Ewoks. Ruined it. Ruined it. So what other great movies do you watch? Jaws is definitely a rewatch movie for me a lot. I love The Right Stuff. It's an 80s movie about the Mercury 7 astronauts. Demogorgon's Clutches and another rare, a 3/2. Oh, okay.
It's a white.
No, it's black.
No, he's a white.
No, it's black.
And it's benefit tap, 2 mana for 2/3. What is life? What is it, life draw?
Life drain. Whenever a creature dealt damage by white this turn dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token and exile that card.
Yeah.
You have to figure out some way to put a pinging thing on it. Oh no, it's combat damage. No, it's damage.
It's fine.
Oh, that bullwhip card, right? What isn't there a bullwhip card? Something like that.
Cool Whip.
I like Cool Whip too. And plate armor, wild shape, Reaper's Talisman. Wow, not a lot of foils though. I'll say that much. Definitely not a ton of foils in this box. The rare Paladin class. Meh. The Cleric class is certainly a better card. And I think the Cleric class is only... Is it uncommon, the Cleric class, I think? Strange Brew, great. Love it.
Never heard of it.
Strange Brew. Oh, Bob and Doug McKenzie, take off. Yoser, eh? Spaceballs. What's that?
You ever watch Super Troopers?
Love Super Troopers. Oh, you know what? Oh, hey, we got the foil accidental slide out there from the foil slipperiness. So we got a foil. Wah.
It's one of those movies that you watch and it's hilarious the first time, and then you rewatch and you're like, this isn't as good.
Oh, I like Super Troopers. I've seen it probably half a dozen times. You are freaking out, man.
I've seen it like 3 times. And the first time was hilarious.
Cave of the Frost Dragon. There's the one I was thinking of.
I was like, why did I watch it again?
I like it.
No, it's funny. It's just it loses a lot of its funny, shock comedic value when.
Oh, a lot of them
you
does.
watch it, for me at least.
Yeah, even watching things like one of my favorite comedies all the time is True Polymorph.
Oh.
The hell is that? I don't think I've seen that one. It's probably the first time I've gotten that. True Polymorph, 6 casting cost. Target artifact or creature becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature. Okay. For 6, boy, you better copy something fantastic.
That, my friend, right there is 13 cents.
That is smoking it for the value. I don't think that card's going to age well. I think that's pretty safe to say. We'll drink to that. How's that? Because that's truly a bad card. All right, guys, let's get a little more spice. We need something to keep Gnawbone warm. Because this is not hot or spicy at all. Not. Ouch.
It's not.
It doesn't make for good viewing when you don't have spicy hits. Got to get some spice.
It's like a full art foil Tiamat.
How many cards we got there? So that's 1, 2, because my counting is not so great. And then we got 3 cards left, so we got a foil in there. So the rare or mythic is Volo. I like him.
Holo's busted.
I'll take him. He's probably, what, 50 cents? I'll bet you he's like a 50-cent rare. Oh, that's common.
For commander.
Yeah, but you only need 1.
Yeah. His value is non-existent. He's like $1, but he's absolutely insanely busted. And as a commander with Mutate, the way he handles Mutate is like kind of insane. You can get yourself a showcase version for 50 cents.
So there is a foil in this pack. It's blue. Maybe it's Demi-Lich. That would be a little spicy. All right. Ingenious Smith. Actually, a pretty good card. That might age well. I don't know. I think it's going to be very circumstantial. A human artificer. Warlock class. You know, people were talking good stuff about this when the set was spoiled, and I'm still not impressed with it. I think by the time it does anything real, it doesn't really do anything. Maybe it's better in EDH.
Another movie I just remembered, I Am Legend, with Will Smith. That was another really, really, really good movie that I liked.
I actually like that. So, hey, Savannah Lion. welcome, welcome. We're talking all kinds of stuff. It's sort of a variety night. We've been talking movies, and Matt is sort of stuck in that mode at the moment. We're going to the cards. So Wish, right? Kind of surprised that they brought wishes back into the game.
It sucks because in Commander it's useless.
Well, no, it's definitely useless. It's absolutely useless from Commander. Do I buy Secret Lairs? It's funny you bring that up because I was going to bring that up tonight, Coach. I do buy Secret Lairs. I did buy Mark Poole. I bought the Saturday morning cartoon as well as the Phyrexian ones, and I have not gotten my Secret Lair, nor have I gotten any notification, and I paid for it immediately. So I don't know. I agree with you. It kind of sucks that I'm seeing the prices go up and go down, and I'm like, I don't even have it to go up or down. So
I have
well, we've asked everybody else here, Savannah, like what everybody's favorite movie is. Mine is Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring. If I had to pick just one of them, I love the trilogy, to be honest with you, but that's my favorite.
I picked, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, but then I also followed up with a couple other ones, but like I Am Legend is another really good one. I typically don't rewatch movies, so I try to think of the movies that I have rewatched, and then whether it was worth it or not. And I think those two, so one comedy, one kind of action, kind of sci-fi-ish, not really sci-fi. I don't know. Is it sci-fi? I don't know.
So we started off the stack with Old Gnawbone. For the middle column, we have one more stack left. Oh, wow, I was really hoping to wrap this up before 10, but I guess that's not going to happen. So that's okay. I can watch Arcane on demand. Forrest Gump, baby. There you go. Person After My Own Heart. I told you that was like one of my top 3 movies.
I have watched that movie at least 3 times with my dad.
Stupid is as stupid does. That's a lot of Dr. Pepper there, Coach. You might want to go a little easy on him.
Hey, sometimes you just got to start pounding Dr. Peppers, you know?
Oh, no, if you're going to pick one movie, Forrest Gump is a stellar movie to pick. I'm a big Tom Hanks fan.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, Catch Me If You Can. That's another one.
Dude.
That's another really, really, really good movie.
Wow, that's kind of interesting. Look at that. 2 legendaries back to back out of the same pack.
Speaking of Tom Hanks.
Just a rare. Oh, Triumphant Adventure. That's a good card for what it is.
Yeah.
Should we just blow through the last stack now? And then switch over and wrap up the stream a little?
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption is fantastic.
5 minutes, maybe?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go, people. Let's go. Speed around. How good is Bob at opening packs? Probably not good enough. Especially with as much as I like to yakety yakety yak. All right, so we're going to do this, some of that, one of those, and Orcus. Isn't he the commander? No, he's not, but he's in the commander deck, right?
I don't know.
He's good. If you haven't played with him, he's good. Like in the Prosper Tonebound, he's good.
Top 10.
It's funny, Shawshank Redemption was filmed not more than like an hour south of here. And A Christmas Story was filmed like about a half an hour north of here.
I didn't know there was a line for Forrest Gump. It's been a while.
What's that?
I bet I drank 17 Dr. Peppers and I have to pee.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. That's what he told President.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've watched it. At least 10 years, probably.
It's been a minute since I watched it, but oh, hey, look at that. Very happy about that. Wish it would have been foil, but that's a good one. What's that?
It looks good.
This is the card I'm telling you. It's going to be good. It's going to be good moving forward. It's going to age well.
It's a 50 cents.
No, I bet you that one gets higher. Hey, Book of Exalted Deeds. I'll consider that a hit.
That's a good one.
But it's not going to do very well. I don't know what its current status is. Did they unban it? It was like pseudo-banned, or I don't know what the status is.
It's only banned on Arena, I thought. Well, the showcase pixie guide is 6 pennies right now.
There's a foil back there. Another druid class.
Oh, shiny.
Yeah,
Shiny?
those shinies slip like when you're trying to.
Yeah, they're sneaky little devils.
There's a land behind this. There's no like great lands that I could be excited about in this set. Ooh, especially not that one. And Spike Pit Trap. Not so much.
Spike Trap.
So we've covered a really wide variety of topics. Savannah, after the stream's over, we are going to post it to make it available for people to watch afterwards. You guys might want to stick around to the end of the stream. There's Gretchen again. I get two in the same pack. Look at that. Blink Dog, terrible card.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out why my audio's scuffed. But...
Yeah, we're still working out some of the bugs. We are a fairly new channel. Dancing Sword. Yay. Nothing exciting there. So I think we've actually gotten all of the mythics we're going to get. We've gotten 4. There might be one more mythic in here. Unfortunately, like any other mythic, I would rather have any of those mythics. I would much rather have had as the full art than the Ellie Wick. That was tough. That was a tough one. And you know what's crazy is I think I already have her in full art too.
Coach, my favorite is set boxes. Those are my all-time.
Oh, I hate set boxes.
They're the best.
Oh, well, if you haven't met my co-host, Matt, I highly recommend that you watch some of our other videos. He's been with me pretty much since about the second month of the channel. Unfortunately, we don't get together as often as we like because our work shifts are opposite. But he's a knowledgeable guy. He's very, very friendly, and he has a bunch of videos up on the channel with himself. But we used to be coworkers, and we are friends, though I'm significantly older than he is. But, he's graciously absorbed me into his friend circle that, kind of created our commander group that we play with and gaming group. So he's not physically too far away from me here.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another stiff punch to the testes. The Black Staff of Waterdeep.
But yeah, my name's Matt. Yeah, there's all kinds of. I post all kinds of box openings, and that's mainly what I've been posting. But I do plan to do deck techs and a couple other things.
No, Matt's another. It's perfect for the two of us. We're both very unpolished when it comes to what we say and what we do. We're not as concerned about the stats on the channel. We're not as concerned about getting sponsorship as many of the other channels out there. He's a very straight, forward, straight shooter, honest guy about Magic and gaming and whatnot. So what you see is what you get with the both of us. If you were to meet us both in person, you'd say, "Yep, that's the same guys." I think that a lot of people you see on the YouTubes out there, you would probably get a very different person in real life if you met them than if you sat down and played across from us, playing a game. And we're starting.
I don't really carry much of a persona.
We're starting to venture out, and it's a lot by Matt's encouragement. Actually, my channel started out as a variety gaming, board gaming channel, and I sort of specified more on Magic as I was getting more into it during the lockdown. And Matt's encouraging me into branching out into other topics beyond Magic. We do a lot of gaming in a lot of different respects. So we still haven't even covered D&D tonight, which I really kind of wanted to. We lightly touched on it.
Tomorrow, I've got to prep for my DMing tomorrow. I haven't prepped anything.
I've actually been. I actually read the Dungeon Master's Guide just before I go to sleep every night. Read a few pages. And in the 5th edition, I kind of like all editions. I've probably played mostly AD&D, the original. I don't want to say. I guess it's the original, but I think there was like an original that wasn't AD&D.
It's just D&D.
Oh my God, this is the second foil Hunter's Mark.
That's a second Hunter's Mark.
Foil one, yeah.
Yeah.
Plate armor. Oh, hey, there's the card that I play most often on Arena.
That card's good.
Skeletal Swarming. That's a very good card. I don't think it's worth much, though. I think it's like another 50-cent card, but holy smokes. And oops, word?
I'm sure there's some kind of censorship that it probably looks for swear words and stuff, but we don't have any.
No, I put it as adult content.
Oh, I don't know.
Yep. I do appear on the round table. I enjoy it, and hopefully it's basically the same persona that you see here. I am who I am. I didn't like my original videos. I was very flat when I didn't have an audience or a co-host to bounce ideas off of, and I came off very flat. They're not disingenuine, but they're just I kind of bore myself. Good content, but I'm kind of boring personality-wise in those.
Yeah, when I first watched his video and he had asked me to be a part of the channel, I was like, the videos that he posted were so educational. That's it. And it's not himself. It was like, I think it's because you put yourself in front of a camera and you're not used to it. You kind of just have like your mindset. You're like, I'm here to talk about this, and that's it. There was no other emotion, and I think that having a co-host, especially some of you're comfortable with and some of you're familiar with, it just kind of brings out your natural characteristics that let them shine. And it just,
I'm a shiny person, all right. Yeah, I don't know if you're talking about the delay. I'm not sure, but I think Matt's like very busy guy. And I think the timing's inconvenient. Thursday nights at 8 o'clock.
How long do they go for?
However long.
I mean, I can
Gelatinous cube.
Again,
You don't have to stay the whole time, but yeah, I don't want to push it.
Yeah, so Thursdays are the I can have my friends come over and we play board games and we play Magic, we play
Destiny.
We play Destiny. We haven't played Destiny as a group yet, just you and I.
Yeah.
I haven't had them try Destiny yet. The Star Wars Destiny.
Well, you don't really have enough there. I'd have to bring you more cards.
Right. I'm gonna try with Nate on Wednesday. This coming Wednesday. Nate and I are gonna try it out.
I would definitely play the starter set first.
Yeah. I plan to. I'll do the same thing, kind of how you taught me. Luckily, because he plays Ashes, he's also familiar with how the turn structure works and how the rolling of the dice works. And it's nice that a lot of the games are inspired and use other mechanics that they kind of carry over into other games. So, like when I was learning the Lord of the Rings card game, because it was so similar to the Warhammer card game, I was like, oh, I get this almost immediately. This is great. The thing that's different about Warhammer versus the Lord of the Rings, the Lord of the Rings, you have a deck. But in Warhammer, instead of having a deck, you have a character and then you have 3 spells. And those spells can level up as you get stronger, as you progress through the scenarios.
I'll have to check it out. I mean, I don't have it.
Really good.
Another Kalane. Wow, there's one I haven't seen either.
Gaming.
Shesra Death Whisperer. I love that description, by the way. A real Uncle Bob. I thought you were going to say, what about Bob? Looks like we're going to have a foily.
Grandmaster. Oh,
terrible card. Hated this card right from the very beginning. Worthless. So I got 2 of the most worthless mythics in the box. Now, that'll be the last mythic, by the way. That's number 5. And the foil is a rare gelatinous cube.
Gelatinous cube? That's a foil, right?
It's a decent card. Terrible card. I bet you it's not much better than Eliwick. It's awful. I haven't seen anybody play that card. Terrible card.
$1.79.
Yeah, so it's even worse than Eliwick.
Yeah. See, what's funny is I'm actually making an Atraxa deck that's all Planeswalkers, and I'm not running either one of them.
There's no reason to. They're both terrible.
Yeah, they're both very niche.
Dude, You're being kind. They're both shit cards, is what they are. Terrible, terrible, terrible cards. I got two of them. One of them I got in freaking extended art.
I don't even know what Monk of the Open Hand is. Is that a good card?
No.
Monk of the...
So there's a much better card, by the way. A supremely better card than that guy. I'll bet you this is worth more, too. I'll call that a hit.
The module foil of that, if I remember correctly.
I don't have the module on that one. All right, last pack here, folks. Last pack. So what I need you guys to do in chat, anybody who's still here, Coach, Core, Savannah, and if Cothern is still here with us, I need you guys to roll. I'm sorry, to pick a number. I'm going to roll a die. You guys are going to win something for just sticking around tonight.
Yeah, we actually were talking about
Getting down to it. What do we got?
Brand channel, but it would delete all of our content, which is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. So we would have to like remake the channel if we want to change the name, I guess. So I guess we're just gonna stick with it. Either that or we remake and have everybody swap over if that's a thing. But
Oof, that would be difficult, but it deletes all our videos. All right, and so for our last card here tonight, it's a rare 3/2 with crappy art, and it's a Zorn.
Elemental.
I like the card, actually. I hate that art on it. Ugh.
Pretty bad.
Just bad. Just bad. So we need Savannah, Coach, Core, pick a number. How would you get a meat hook out of AFR and Arlen? I think you might be thinking of Midnight Hunt.
Yeah, I was thinking. I'm like AFR. I don't know the pack structure 100%, but is the number 1 through something or something?
Well, 1 through 20.
Okay.
Sorry, not 21. I'm sorry, Coach. I need a number 1 through 20 so I can roll a die.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. So we got 4 and a 7.
4? 7?
We still got.
Do we still have Core? Core, you still with us?
Okay, yeah, midnight. It looks like Core's left because it doesn't show as participants. So.
All right, so 4 and a 7. I don't have my big thing down here.
I got a D20, but you can't see it when I roll it.
Well, but I have a D20 as well. But
oh, there you
do you have a D8? Oh, you won't be able to see it if you roll it. All right, hang tight. I'm gonna get a D8.
You can just keep rolling the D20 until you get it.
Well, no, I'm just saying it would definitely heavily skew towards. Okay, if we're gonna go with Core at 11, the problem is I need him to get a hold of me. So I'll even pick a good die here, and here's what we're gonna be rolling for. Not a big giveaway guy. Oh shit! Close down the chat. Core says 17. Cothern takes 19. Okay. Are they in another channel somewhere?
I think they're just randomly giving them numbers. My wife takes 4. My dog says 18.
So we're going to give away all 3 of those mythics to the winner. How do you guys feel about that? Juicy enough for sticking with us? Coach has 4. All right, so you got. I'm going to leave it up to you, Matt. I'm just going to roll it, and then I'll let you figure out who it is. And then the winner.
So far, Savannah 7 and Coaches 4. Those are the only two that we have like confirmed in the
He
chat.
says Cothern takes 19. He says Core says 17.
Well, no, the whole stipulation for winning a giveaway is staying till the end, right? Like
I agree. I agree with that. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. So I'm just going to keep it to Coach and Savannah, since you guys were good enough to stick here till the end. I did try to tell people, stick around to the end. So you guys have some pretty good odds. 50-50 that you're going to go home with those 3 mythics out of our box. Here we go. Good luck to both of you. Yeah, official. Coach is 4, and did Savannah say 7? Okay, I was looking because there's a lot of numbers up there. I'm like,
and it rolled off the screen.
So we will re-roll it so you can catch it on the screen. Hopefully, sorry, won't even tell you what that was, guys.
Oh no!
I'm gonna try to make it here. I'm gonna put my hand up so that it can't roll off. 6.
Oh, very close. You need a 4 or 7?
So it's going to be closer to 7, and that is going to be Mr. Savannah Lion.
Oh, you're just going with closest. Gotcha.
Yeah, closest. Yep. I'm not going to roll. Dude, we could be here all night if I'm rolling to hit. So,
it's fine.
Congratulations, Savannah. I need you to get a hold of me in the email. Oh, boy, I don't think I posted it down here. We'll have to get that down in the video. The email address, let me make sure. I believe it's gamingbob21@yahoo.com. Let me check it real quick. I'll put it in chat here just so that you don't even have to go digging for stuff. Holy moly, can I get to more tabs, please? Thank you. Yeah, if you could just email me at gamingbob21@yahoo.com. I'll put that in the chat here if I can. Where the hell did my chat window go? Sorry, I'm typing sideways here. All right, so there it is. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the stream here. You guys got anything else that you'd like to talk about real quick before we close the stream down? It's coming up on about 2 hours now, so we're going to need to wrap this up. I got a movie to watch, or the series. Thank you for correcting me. With my fiance, the League of Legends. It's coming out tonight. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, we'll add it to the description. We had to kind of hustle. We had some technical issues starting out tonight, so we'll try to get smoother at this. This is one of our first attempts at doing this type of stream. Let us know if you guys liked it. If you did, please share it with other people. We'll try to do it somewhat more often. We'll try on Saturday nights. It won't be every Saturday night. According to scheduling, we just can't make it happen. But when we can, we'll try to do this around the same time, around 8 p.m.-ish on Saturday nights. Can't say that we'll open packs, but we'll try to do some talking for at least an hour or so. I'm still going to try to do something on Sunday afternoons live at around 3 p.m. Couldn't do it last week. Was celebrating a birthday. I plan, hopefully, if my stream stays healthy again, to continue where I left off on the collection audit. I still have quite a bit of it to go through. And congratulations on winning the Mythics there, Savannah. Appreciate you guys dropping in. And have a fantastic evening. Matt, you got anything before we close down?
No, we'll try to fix my audio on the next one. But other than that, always a pleasure. Thanks for having me, and thanks for joining us and spending your time with us.
All right, everybody. Peace, and thanks for the people that are watching this after we post it. Have a good one.
Later, guys.